have any labor growth and we do not have any technological progress. So in this version of the Solow model, we want to find number one, what is the steady state value of growth rate of output per worker and then growth rate of output. So let's start with for growth rate of output per worker in steady state. Here small y, notation y means output per worker y by n and capital Y means output. Now in steady state, output per worker, i.e. small y, which is equal to capital Y output by number of workers n, is constant. So since in steady state output per worker is constant, so it follows the growth rate of small y, which is output per worker. So gy is equal to 0 in steady state. So this is the growth rate of output per worker. Let's find the growth rate of output in steady state now. So for this, we want to find capital Y star. Now we know that output per worker is equal to output by number of workers. So we can from here see what capital Y is. Capital Y is equal to small y by n. Now in steady state, so output y star would be equal to y small star power n. So n is a constant because we're here assuming that there is no labor or population growth, so the number of workers stays constant. So that's why it's just n. So from here we can see, so the growth in output in steady state is equal to simply the growth rate of output per worker plus the growth rate of n. Now, how have we written this? Because this is a recall that if z is equal to xy, if a variable is a product of two other variables, then the growth rate of that variable is the sum of their individual growth rates. So here output was a product of output per worker and number of workers. So growth rate of output is equal to growth rate of output per worker plus your labor growth rate. So so this is how we've written this using this rule over here. So now we know growth rate of output per worker we just found is 0 and growth rate of labor is also equal to 0 because assumption is labor is constant. So overall it's 0. Constant, so overall it is 0, the growth rate of output. So in steady state, growth rate of output and growth rate of output per worker are both 0 in this Solow model with no population growth and no technological progress.